So in June 9, started a pre-campaign of the event Grand Berserker, announcing finally the Grand Berserker election event that is going to happen in June 20. I'm not going to tell you who you should or shouldn't choose as your Grand Berserker, because I think ultimately it should be your favorite Berserker, However, some people are asking me, who are the best Berserker supports, since you will be able to use only Berserkers on those battles. So I made a small compilation here, showing off the servants that I think are the best Berserker supports, including some free-to-play options. I'm just pointing out some skills of them, not everything, so in my opinion, you should check the skills and noble phantasms of each and every of those Berserkers yourself. But those are some pointers just to make it easy to visualize. Okay, so here are, in my opinion, the best support Berserkers for the Grand Duel event. So, starting with Shin-Iti, she is the best targetable NP charge on the Berserker class, so she's going to be really useful for that in any given card. She also gives overcharge, NP gain, and quick buffs, of course, and not only that, star generation. And the buffs for damage versus man, it kind of depends who's gonna be the boss, but I left there as a plus. Next we have Lohi. Lohi's a known one because she has a 20% NP charge to the whole team, which is amazing. Quick buster buffs, and she even removes defensive buffs, which is gonna be really useful. And extra things as well is that her Bond C gives a 10% NP gain and 10% NP damage, and her Noble Phantasm, if you need it, she even gives a 20% NP gain to the whole team through her Noble Phantasm. Not always you're gonna be using this Noble Phantasm, but since it's an option, if you need it, it is there. And next we have Morgan. Morgan having another target NP charge of 20%, buff of attack for everyone, NP gain, even defense down. If she has the Bond CE, she even have more damage versus man attribute. And her Noble Phantasm even adds an overcharge to the party. So if your main damage dealer needs an overcharge, there you go. You can take this from her as well. Moving on to the next one, Castoria Berserker. She is a decent support here as well, having a targetable NP charge, overcharge of 2 levels, and 20% NP gain. She even have an extra divinity and chaotic damage, but on her Bond C only. After that we'll have Ibaraki Doji, which has a classic damage to everyone, crit for a single target, and her Bond C gives more damage for Buster as well. And let's not forget that her Noble Phantasm even removes all the buffs. Depending on who's gonna be the boss and how is gonna work with buffs, she could be extremely necessary. Moving on to the next one, Duryodhana, which has attack buff, crit buff, and generates more stars. And you have his Bond C, he generates even more stars when he enters. And his Noble Phantasm even lowers the resistance for all the cards. Originally, his Noble Phantasm has only 60% of landing, but he has a skill that lowers the resistance, so it's totally fine. And now we have Nightingale. Nightingale with a huge 50% Buster buff, 30% crit buster damage as well, and generates 20 stars. But not only that, her Bond C gives 10% buster. For buster servants, she's necessary. Next we have Atlantic Altar, which gives 50 quick buff to the whole party and generates 20 stars. Not only that, if you have her Bond C as well, she gives 20% quick damage buff as well. Next we have Ibuki Doji Summer, which has amazing buffs for Buster, Arts, Attack in general, lowers cooldown, and if you have her Bond C, gives more damage buff for Buster, Arts, and damage versus Earth attribute, which is amazing. Not only that, her Noble Phantasm even removes defenses buffs. Amazing. After that we have Penteslia. She gives attack buff, buster buff, and her Bond C gives more buster buff as well. Those are, in my opinion, the best support berserkers right now, but there are some free-to-play alternatives as well. Check out those, for example, starting for Banyan. Banyan gives a decent buster damage, crit damage, defense down, even more buster damage in her Bond C, and she lowers the defense of the enemy on her noble phantasm if you manage to throw this before your range damage dealer, which actually can compare with some 4-star even. After that we have Blood Aches with a huge 30% defense down, only on a single target though, and if you have his Bond C, 25% crit damage. After that we have Darius with 20% less buster resistance, more buster buff on his Bond C, and his Noble Phantasm lowers the defense by 10% as well. And last but not least we have Kiyohime that lowers the defense by 30%. Keep in mind that depending on who will be the actual boss of the Grand Berserker quest, some servant bonus damage might actually be more important than others, so don't forget this. So, to make it a little bit more simple to visualize it, I made 5 different tier lists. So check this out. I made first a quick tier list, so you can see mostly the servants focus on quick cards. Then I made arts tier list, of course the same way, focus more on arts cards, and buster tier list, focus more on buster cards. And then I made a 4th list that it's mostly on servants that can focus not only on generic attacks like just regular attack and crit, but as well focus a lot on the importance of NP charges, because this is the most important way to make a faster Noble Phantasm cast, right? So, and with all of that, then I did a 5th tier list, which is this one is the definitive one, the top support berserkers one, excluding only the berserker servants that I don't really consider them that relevant as a support servant. Of course, if you think I'm wrong or you have another suggestion or something else, you can just leave in my comments. So I hope this helps you even if a little bit. And if you have any questions or anything wrong with my video, leave in the comments and tell me as well if you have another suggestion, or who do you want to make your Grand Berserker. I'm curious about this. Me myself, I think I'm still between Lohi or Lilith. I mean, my second favorite servant is still Musashi, so but since she's a summer servant, I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'm gonna make her my Grand Berserker. We'll see. But if you like this content, leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell, and join the live streams that I'm doing here and there. Thanks so much. See you guys next time, and good luck in your Grand Berserker quests, election stuff. I forgot the name. Bye bye. Good luck.